Hey girl, hey. That's what my shirt says. Anyway, so it kind of goes in line with what I want to talk to you. I have a hair sticking to my lip gloss. It goes in line with what I want to talk to you about today. So if you're new here, if this is your first time watching, welcome. If you've watched several of our videos, then welcome back. And if you have not hit the red subscribe button, please do so. We do upload Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday here on the channel. We have weight loss tips, fitness tips, different recipes, healthy recipes that are tasty and delicious and helped me lose 161 pounds and have helped me maintain a size 2 for all these years. But at the end of the day, these are tips and strategies that have been proven to work, not only for me, but for my clients around the world who I've also helped lose weight. And so anyway, welcome. So speaking of clients, it's kind of what I want to talk about today, because I get questions, a lot of times when I'm doing these videos here on YouTube, I direct a lot of these to my weight loss clients that I coach and that I work with on a monthly basis inside of our weight loss challenges, our fit clubs, our boot camps. Every single month, we have a brand new boot camp and weight loss challenge that starts. And I get so passionate about these, and I post about them over on Facebook. I post about them over on Instagram. I'm always talking about them in my stories. Why? Because I was a morbidly obese woman for a very long time. I topped the scale at 288 pounds. I was a weight loss failure. I tried every diet under the sun, all which ended in failure. And I was the girl who started to believe that I was big boned and that I was morbidly obese, and that weight loss success for some people, it would happen, but for me, it never would. And that was just the reality that I chose to think was my reality. And it wasn't until after having our first 2 children that I decided to try again. And I had gotten to the point, and I was that person, and maybe you've been this person, where I was ashamed of my weight. Like, I didn't talk about how much I weighed. I didn't talk about being morbidly obese. I didn't talk about my size. Like, there's some people that kind of just own it and talk about it, and I was not that person. I was the person that was like, hush, hush, shush, shush, if you don't talk about it, then it just must not exist. Like, I was that. It was denial, you could call it. And I just didn't talk about it. I pretended that my weight didn't bother me, even though it did. I pretended that I wasn't self-conscious, even though I wore Spanx under everything. Even on a hot day, it could be the middle of summer in Georgia, and I could have yoga pants on. I wore yoga pants because you can wear Spanx under yoga pants. I never wore shorts. I owned a couple pairs, but never wore them. I was the girl that would wear a bathing suit to the beach with a cover up and never take the cover up off the entire time. That was me. And after recommitting, trying again, even though I was mortified, I was so ridden with fear of failure, that I would fail again, that I would repeat my past and fail again. But I thought, what do I have to lose? I had babies at this point, and it was like, I've got to do something. On a hope, on a whim, on a prayer, I stepped back in the batter's box and I chose to try again. I wound up losing 161 pounds in 13 months, and I have become extremely passionate about helping other women, men and women, but mostly women, do the very same thing. Because what I learned was, when I was overweight, being skinny seemed like Mount Everest to me. Like, here's where I was, and here's where I wanted to go. And where I wanted to go might as well have been like climbing the largest, most giantest mountain in all of the world. And that's how I thought of it. I thought that losing weight was just going to be the hardest thing ever. And what I discovered was losing weight, yes, it's hard work, but it's quite simple. And I learned some techniques, and I learned some skills, and I learned some to-dos and some not to do's. I learned how to eat. I learned what to eat and what not to eat. I learned a lot of things throughout those 13 months of transforming my body. And what started to happen when people would come up and say, I went from the person that was constantly searching out how to people seeking me and saying how. And you got to know, in the very beginning, I felt so unqualified. I thought, I can't help you. Like, I've been a fluffy girl my whole life. I've been overweight my whole life. And now I just got skinny, and now you want me to show you how? Like, I know how to be fluffy really well, but this skinny thing is new. And one of the things I kept hearing was, yeah, but Carmen, all the skinny people don't know what it's like to have an eating addiction. They don't know what it's like to have a sugar addiction. They don't know what it's like to secret eat, to be ashamed of your body, to position yourself behind people when you're taking photos so you look smaller, to want to be in the middle versus on the end. They don't, to position your chin down so that you minimize your double chin. All those things, the anxiety that builds up inside of us if we're going to go shopping with anybody, or the anxiety before we're traveling that we don't get that middle seat on the airplane. The anxiety of going to an amusement park. And what if we don't fit on the ride? The anxiety, the burden that just goes with being overweight. And, becoming a health coach was something that was completely on accident. I ended up doing it just helping a few friends and family. And the more people I helped succeed, the more they told people. And the more I would get referrals. And people would say, hey, I see you helped so-and-so lose weight. Can you help me too? And so it was an accidental career. And there was after I thought, I started helping some people lose weight, and I thought, wow, I started having them implement the same things that worked for me and having them implement them. And it was like, oh my goodness. And so now I was the cheerleader on the sideline, cheering them on. And then once in a while I got to be the coach saying, honey, because here's what I found out. I was I was a morbidly obese woman. I know all the issues that come with being overweight. You ain't gonna BS me. Like, you ever heard you can't BS a BSer? I have this little meter. When I know you lying about food, I know you lying about food, because I used to lie about food. And so I would start being like, honey, because sometimes you got to give some tough love. Sometimes you got to be the encourager and the cheerleader. And sometimes if I see my clients going in a direction that's not where they said they wanted to go, saying, hey, let's get your butt back on track. Let's go. This is what you said you wanted. We're in this together. Let's do this thing. And so, it started working, and we started getting some crazy testimonials. My mom lost 148 pounds in 13 months, going from a size 22, 24, all the way down to a size 6. Carol went from being, in double digits down to a size 2, losing 50 pounds in less than 6 months. Heather, I can still remember, she was a teacher, and she was in a size 14, and she had believed that she had these thyroid issues, and that's why. And it wasn't until the doctor looked her in the eye and said, Heather, you're healthy. You don't have any of these issues. And her and I had a conversation. She ended up implementing those things. In 8 months, I can remember her messaging me. She needed some shorts because all of her shorts were way too big on her. And she went into Sam's Club, she tried on shorts, and she messaged me and said, oh my gosh, I put on a size 4. I cannot believe they fit me. I cannot believe they fit me. Working with people like Dana, who lost 110 pounds. And the stories go on and on. My husband, who had never had ab muscles. And, my husband has the genetics where all of the weight goes to his belly. And through following a simple nutrition plan, working out 6 days a week from home, he was able to go from a pot belly to a 6-pack in less than 90 days. The stories of the moms who are now, after having their baby, were able to lose their baby weight within a couple short months. Increased energy. I became incredibly passionate about this. And I post about these challenges. I talk about them here a lot, but typically I don't open it up for people here on YouTube, or I don't give you the invitation. I talk about them. Yeah, I mean, if you've been on our channel, you hear me talk about the weight loss, the challenge groups, the boot camps, all of that. But I want to actually, if you're somebody who's been struggling, and if you're somebody who used to be like me, and you're trying to do this on your own, and it's not going so well, and you've been ashamed to open up about where you're at and how you're struggling. Look, it's normal to struggle. That makes you human. You're not Jesus, which is the only perfect person that ever walked the earth. None of us are him. We have struggles and we have bad habits. But I will tell you, we are stronger together than we ever are on our own. Accountability will bring the best out in us. And one of the reasons why I've been able to maintain a size 2 for years and years and years is because every single group every single month, I am immersed into a group with some of the most inspirational people I've ever met in my life. Inspirational women that are taking their health back. Inspirational women that have decided their past does not equal their future. Inspirational women that have decided to be the example for their kids to follow instead of being the example of what their kids don't want to become. Inspirational women that no matter how many times they fall down, they get back up. Inspirational women that I want to associate with every single day. That no, none of us are perfect, but we're doing our very best on a daily basis. Women that inspire me on the days I don't want to work out. Women that inspire me on the days I just ate a pack of cookies that I didn't want to eat. They just jumped in my mouth. Women where we can come together. We can celebrate each other's differences. We can cheer each other on. We can applaud the successes and help pull them up when they've fallen down. When you're flocking with a tribe that's going in the same direction, there's power in that. And where 2 or more are gathered, there's power in that. And we will always achieve more together than we will ever achieve on our own. So if you're that woman who's been trying to do this by yourself, if you're that woman that knows there's more to life than what you're currently living, if you are that woman who has been trying and you've been riding the struggle bus, I want to extend you a hand. Not a hand out, but a hand up. Not a poor me, but let's come alongside of each other and we'll do this together. And so in the description box down below, I'm going to put a link. We have a challenge starting in just a couple weeks. And inside of that challenge, we're going to be laying out a simple system on how you can, whether you have those last 5 pounds to lose or your first 5 of 200 pounds to lose, wherever you're at, because weight loss is weight loss. If you've never had a weight issue and you just had a kid and you're just trying to get your sexy back, or if you've struggled with your weight most of your life and you just want to feel better about yourself and have some more energy, wherever you're at, we combine fitness with nutrition. Fill out that form. I'll send you all the deets. It's a money back guarantee. The way our system works is if you get involved in one of our challenges, if you get involved with one of our boot camps, and the first 30 days, you get to the end of those 30 days and you're like, yeah, well, I didn't really see any results. I don't really like it. I don't want in. You get 100% of your money back. No questions asked. Who else does that? Like, that's pretty amazing. That's how strong we believe in what we're doing. And so anyway, I would be honored to work with anybody. And look, if you're somebody on here that you're like, I don't really struggle with my weight, Carmen, I'm super duper like inspired and all on my own and I'm rocking it. Maybe you know somebody who isn't. And maybe you know somebody that's been secretly struggling in silence. I would ask that you would share the video, because more people struggle than we even realize. More of us need help. The hardest, and look, it takes a strong person to ask for help. It takes a strong person to say 2 are more powerful than 1. And so anyway, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to hit the subscribe button. That link for all the details is down below in the description box. So scroll down, hit the link, fill it out. If you have that thing going on right now in your heart where you're like, I think I know that, you know, that thing in your belly that's saying click the link, but then you have your head kicking into gear going, yeah, but What if it costs money? Or yeah, but what if you spend money and you fail? Girlfriend, what do you have to lose except those pesky pounds? How long are you going to deny yourself the future that you know you deserve? You don't have to do it by yourself. Let's do it together. I'll talk to you soon.